Hey guys, happy Friday. It's Daryl here, and I was doing some thinking this morning, and I was going to talk about another video, not about Wes Watson, and I don't want to bring up any more bad vibes or anything like that, but I was doing some thinking about some of the people, like when you type in Wes Watson, mostly you get his stuff, just like with any subject, and you get people that agree and disagree. So, I was thinking about it and I was trying to understand why. Maybe some people had bad experiences with me. Okay, I've never been in jail. I don't know anything about jail, but I could relate to him because I've gone through a hell of drug addiction, heroin, crack, and all that shit. Bad fucking like 25 years. And I've been clean for 13 years, and I've used that 13 years to work out and get myself in good shape and healthy. So I can relate to him on that level. It's like, cool, great, man. It's a good feeling. I learned from my past mistakes and I'm doing great. I'm doing fantastic, and I could see that in him and I could relate to it. So I was just trying to understand. I was going through and I was trying to understand why people would. I know that they're trying to get their point out there by putting the Wes Watson tag on top. They know that people like me or him will see it. And they're trying to make a point. And honestly, I'm trying to use empathy to understand what their point is. It might be something personal from jail, which I don't know about and I can't relate to. It might have been a some past experience. I see him and I can relate to his story and his past and hopefully his future. So, this is how I thought about, well, since I don't know about prison, my past was being a heroin addict. So I thought about, well, okay, how about another addict or alcoholic? Say an alcoholic, say me and an alcoholic had a disagreement about addiction. So I'm trying to make it similar to, say, Wes Watson and his story of prison and everything that went on there and his take of it, and everything, and how some people disagree with that. So I was trying to understand that, and I put put myself in their position to understand what's so, what makes them so angry and want to get this point across. So this is how I related it. Say it was me and my past of heroin addiction arguing with the alcoholic, and that has happened. And this is so then I start to understand the whole situation better, and it's by using empathy, by putting myself, not sympathy. Empathy is putting yourself in the other person's position and trying to feel what they feel. And in this case, I'm trying to understand why some people feel so strongly about him, or not just him, just other, and this goes across the whole, all of YouTube, all different subjects. Whenever there's somebody that feels very strongly and is into some subject, there's going to be other people that are against it. So yeah, so I thought about, and this has happened where alcohol or like will actually get in this foolish argument. It's happened before where, geez, alcohol is worse. It affects more people. You can die from that, man. You can go into convulsions, and it's all valid. And they're saying that their past experiences were worse than mine, and trying to validate And the whole thing is here. You got to remember, it's really not. I understand the point, but you don't want to focus on the past and the hell. What you want to focus is we both been through some shit, and hopefully we're both learning from it. And here's the thing: we're moving forward and we're kicking ass. That's what it's all about. Looking into the past and saying, my past was worse than yours, or my past was different than yours, or I started to think about it, and it's really not the point. And it's kind of even worse than that, because it's dwelling on the past, and like with the universe, what you speak is what comes to you. And when you if I just dwell on the past, on drugs and all that, and I keep thinking about it, that's where you tend to end back up. It's just like people say, if you want to be, somebody that wants to be wealthy, somebody that wants to be a rock star has always pictured themselves as a fucking rock star since 5 years old. They've seen themselves going that way, and it happens. Same thing with this. When you dwell on the past, be it prison, be it past heroin addiction, past alcoholism, anybody's, the past, I think, yeah, personally, I think you'll tend to go back in that direction, or that'll come back to you. I'm not sure how the universe works, but I believe that. Where the thing is here is you focus on the future, what you want, what you deserve, what you're willing to work for. Then the good shit comes to you. And that's, and there's nothing to argue about. There's really not. I mean, anybody could agree with anybody else. Say, look, we've both been through some shit, and it sucked, And hopefully, we both learned from it. If somebody else didn't learn from it, then man, we don't have everything in common, and I'm gonna put some distance between me and that person, because I need to be around people that have learned from their past and are focusing on their future. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not about prison. It's really not about heroin. It's really not about alcoholism. It's not about any of these. It's about focusing on the future, a positive future, and working as a team to support each other to get there. I hope that makes sense. I hope it didn't sound too corny. That's my thoughts for this morning. I hope you guys have a great weekend.